Roadhog is a giant of a man who's earned himself a reputation as a cruel and ruthless killer with a flair for destruction. Welcome to Curse, and today we'll be exploring the lore and abilities of Roadhog. The Australian outback was never the most hospitable of places to live, but to Mako Rutledge and many others, it was home. At least it was, until their land was seized and used for the construction of an Omnium facility. And then in the wake of the Omnic crisis, the Australian government made the decision to gift the land to the Omnics in an attempt to establish long-term peace. For Mako and the other residents, they saw their land being stripped from them and given freely to the machines that had only recently driven the entire country to near ruin. Furious at their lost homes and livelihoods, the people of the outback turned to violent rebellion. They formed the Australian Liberation Front, otherwise known as the ALF, and together they sought to take back their lands through any means necessary. The group's attacks gradually escalated until they decided to strike at the heart of the Omnium and sabotage its fusion core. The resulting explosion decimated the Omnium, but it also irradiated the surrounding area and scattered twisted metal for miles around. Mako's actions had turned his once loved home into apocalyptic wasteland, and as he watched the destruction unfold, he was changed forever. Mako Rutledge, the outback resident, was lost, and Roadhog, the violent criminal, was born. He adapted to his environment, donning a mask and taking to the broken highway on his ramshackle chopper. It was at this point he was approached by Junkrat, who hired Mako as his bodyguard in exchange for a 50-50 split of the spoils from Junkrat's latest find. Together, they left Australia and now ride across the world, stealing and killing, leaving nothing but tire tracks and carnage in their wake. Roadhog's weapon of choice and his main ability is his scrap gun. It comes with two firing modes. The first is a short-range blast of shrapnel that comes out in widespread. The second launches a condensed ball of scrap over a greater distance that detonates, showering metal fragments out in front of it. Both abilities also have an AoE or area of effect to their damage, meaning they can hit multiple foes at once, so long as they're close together. However, neither skill is very effective at long range, which means Roadhog needs his targets to be quite close. Chain Hook is his second skill. He hurls a chain that will lock onto its target, allowing Roadhog to pull them towards him where his weapons are of greater effect.
Get over here!
Being able to pull targets out of the air or down from high ground lets him pull enemy heroes into a very dangerous position. He can also use this to catch a fleeing foe and finish them off, or pull someone out of a group to weaken their position and break up defensive formations. His third ability is called Take a Breather, and restores a chunk of his health over a brief duration. The activation animation is short, meaning he can use it to recover quickly and get back in the fight after taking damage. Alternatively, he could trigger it prior to combat to allow him to comfortably tank an opponent's opening burst of damage. Finally, his ultimate ability is WHOLEHOG. This lets him spray a stream of scrap that knocks back foes caught in his crosshairs. This can be incredibly effective at either defending against a push from the opposition or when putting pressure and trying to gain ground. Although its damage isn't massive, it could be used to force whole groups of enemies off the edge of the map. Will Roadhog be your hero of choice, or do you have any ideas on how you'd like to shut him down? Let us know in the comments below and vote for which hero you want to see covered in our next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, enjoy the game.